Hello there today, viewers. On behalf of the Market 360 advisors here at Stewart-Peterson, I'm Bob Devenport, and this is your Dairy Week in Review for June 20th, 2014. So to start out here, let's take a look at how our CME dairy components settled at the conclusion of Friday's trade. Blocks finished up the week at $2 even. That's down 3 cents from last week. Barrel settled at $2.01 even. That's up 4.25 cents on the week. Cash butter posted another gain of 5 cents here this week, settling at $2.23.5. July whey settled at $67.5, up about 3 3/8 cents on the week. And July non-fat dry milk settled at $186.5, up about 2.5 cents this week. Shifting over to Class 3 futures, it was another solid week here. The July contract finished at $21.55. That's a gain of 62 cents on the week. August settled at $21.33, up 63 cents. And our 2014 average price climbed 33 cents this week, up to $21.76 as of Friday's close. So let's take a look now at our weekly block barrel average chart and talk about what we saw in cash cheese here this week. So over the past 3 weeks or so, really prices have been kind of hanging around that $2 a pound level, and it's been really tough to really sustain any price action above that $2 a pound level. That seems to be an area where the sellers feel really good about selling a lot of cheese, but again, on the downside, the buyers feel pretty good about buying cheese around $2, so that's been limiting any losses there. So more or less, we really continue to find that market equilibrium price at around $2 a pound here, and given where we're at here, I think you could again still make the argument that cheese could go higher or it could go lower. I think it just really depends on which side is going to dominate the cash market going forward. Is it going to be the sellers or the buyers? And whichever side really begins to sway the cash price one way or the other, up or down, that's likely going to have a pretty big impact on the price action of Class 3 futures going forward. So the block barrel average here this week, again, posted just a tiny gain of 5/8 of a cent, and again, just hanging right around that $2 a pound level here. So shifting over to Class 3 futures now, we did see some really good strength for the second week in a row here. Again, that July contract, currently our second month contract, rose 62 cents here this week, and part of that rally was a limit up day earlier this week, up 75 cents. That took place on Tuesday, and we were up earlier in the morning that day, and then I think we found some continued support from the Fonterra Global Dairy Trade Auction that showed that the trade-weighted index was up just 0.9%, but an increase nonetheless, and that was the first time that trade-weighted index for the Fonterra auction has been up since really the middle of February. So since the middle of February, every single auction has been down, and the fact that we seem to have rebounded just a tiny bit there in Fonterra offered just enough support, coupled with a strong cash session on Tuesday, to really spark that limit up move. Now again, we did run into a little bit of resistance though after that limit move. We haven't really seen much follow-through strength, and we did settle right near the top of that there though at $21.55 about here this week. And again, that's quite a rally though that we've seen from our most recent low here. That's the May low, which is at $19.48, so we're up over $2 from that May low here, which is really going to be a major area on the downside. Now the real question going forward, as I mentioned earlier, is are we going to be able to find some continued support from cash, or is cash going to decline a little bit? And if that's the case, we could see a little bit more trouble really posting some new highs after that limit up move here this week. So we'll have to watch things going forward, and again, keep an eye on cash cheese. That'll likely sway things in one way or the other here. Now shifting over to some more fundamentals, we did get our May milk production report out this week, and to show that May milk production did increase on a year-over-year basis. We were up 1.4% from May of 2013 here, marked by this red line, and we did climb again, saw that normal seasonal climb from April to May at this point. Total production came in at 18.1 billion pounds, so we'll have to see how things fare going forward. That 1.4% increase was pretty much on par with the average increase we tend to see in May on a year-over-year basis, so we are seeing a pickup in production, but really nothing major, nothing above average or anything like that. So if we're going to see really supplies continue to catch catch up with demand here. Probably going to have to see some bigger increases than just average going forward here. And we're to the point now where from a seasonal standpoint, production really does kind of decline a little bit. So we'll have to see if we can really hold above year-over-year levels here going forward. That should help supplies continue to meet demand. If production really isn't picking up at a steady pace, then could continue to see tight supplies going forward here. Now, to go along with that milk production report, let's take a look at cow numbers. So cow numbers have really been increasing this whole year, going all the way back to the month of January here. You can see we've been in a pretty steady uptrend all the way through May here, and that jump really from March to May has been pretty solid. In fact, the USDA revised its cow numbers for the month of April and increased those numbers by 10,000 head from last month's report. This month's report for May also included another increase of 10,000 head. So cow numbers totally come in at 9.25 million head for the month of May, and again, that's a pretty solid increase from where we started out the year at. And if that's any signal to come, it could mean that we may see a little bit more of a pickup in production if the herd size continues to grow at this rate. So taking a look at the week ahead here, as far as fundamental reports go, you can expect to see a cold storage report out on Monday. Other than that, not a whole lot of dairy fundamental reports out next week. So just tune in next week and we'll review what we saw in that cold storage report. That's going to do it for us here today. On behalf of the Market 360 advisors here at Stewart-Peterson, thanks for watching and have a great weekend.